Hey everyone, Shado here. I've got a few updates I'd like to talk about. There's been a thing going on with Blip. In case you have been following anyone else who happens to post on Blip, you probably know about it. But I'll go ahead and explain it for everybody. Blip is, well, of course, obviously where I host my new reviews because I can make money there. Whereas on YouTube, even though it's legal for me to make money, YouTube is much larger and the big companies attack them more, so they're just trying to cover their asses in every way possible. And unless I already am getting millions of views a month, then it's not worth their time to bother actually making sure that I can make money on my fair use reviews. So for them, I just all the stuff I've uploaded, with the exception of a very few videos here and there that I can, like the Devil's Hand review, that contained all my own stuff and public domain. So that I was actually able to monetize, which is also quite surprising because a lot of times even public domain stuff you can't monetize on YouTube. But anyway, Blip, yeah, post there because money. And for guys really low on the totem pole, it's almost the only choice you have. Except it's not anymore. Blip has a sort of thing they're doing right now, which is, well, you'd call it pruning, except it's kind of like just chopping the tree down and leaving the stump and saying that's the best part. They're going from I think that in their own words it was said something like tens of thousands of shows to about 4,000. Now, I understand financially why they would do this. I'm not really happy about how it's affected everyone down there along the same level I am who are doing it because, for instance, I'm sure if you've been watching my show, you know that long-haired creepy guy. If you've been watching the episodes that I've been putting up recently on Blip, you know we're doing a month-long double crossover special with both our shows, and it's great. Except his isn't showing up on Blip anymore. He was cut out. His show was considered not good enough for Blip in their current standards. So, he can no longer make money on it. YouTube won't let him monetize it. Blip is no longer an option. And after that, there's not very many options to go with, and most of them are far smaller than Blip is for audience, and even at least as stringent as YouTube when it comes to copyright policies. So that's not very good. And it's happened to a lot of people on Manic Expression. It's happened to the Lava Buster. It's happened to... it's happened to a hedonistic actor. And if you've been viewing my Facebook, you might know that I do things for him with the Old Shames episodes. I voice Stanley Stromberg. And now his Blip show is disappearing. And I should point out right now that he was wanting to put something up for Tales from the North. So there will be an episode of Tales from the North appearing on this YouTube channel in the future. Just one. That is what he asked for, and that is what I'm giving. And I hope you all like it. It's very interesting. Movie reviews with films from Finland. So that explains Tales from the North. So I hope everyone likes that, and it's a little change of pace. I hope that a lot of people don't just look and freak out and hit the unsubscribe button. Really hope that doesn't happen, because I'm really close to 3,000. In fact, I still didn't do a 2,000 special. Damn. Well, that's good. On the whole purge and remove everything that we think is unworthy from our website, Blip did come across me. And everyone who is being deleted gets the email that says, you are no longer allowed to upload things, you have a month, and then all of your stuff's going to be cleared out and deleted off the server, and that's it. Your show is no longer welcome here, and it will be destroyed at X date. if they didn't want this, if they intended to keep you, they would actually mark your show in a certain way. Because a couple of months ago, actually, at random, my show suddenly was given pro status, which I thought was kind of odd because it's something that cost $90 a year, and I was paid up until the year 3015. And I was like, what the fuck happened? And I was searching online, and evidently that didn't happen much at the time because no one was saying anything about it. But that was how they were going about marking shows that were going to survive the Great Purge. So rather early on, they decided that I was worthy of their illustrious sight. Good for me, but I still feel kind of crappy about, all my friends not making it. Some from Manic Expression, along with me, are going to be still allowed on Blip. Tim Deanna, the fanfic critic, both of them, they still have their Blip shows. Fanfic critic really doesn't use hers anymore. But still, they are allowed to keep their Blip presence. But Creepy, no. And the list has gotten pretty long, and it's really depressing. But I will still have a presence on Blip. I was happy that I was getting more views and more revenue on Blip. I'm up to 17 a month. Yay! Was that really worth kicking everyone else off? But, yeah. I understand that position, and I'm trying to think if I would make a... One thing I want to convince James of Manic Expression to do is to allow Manic Expression to become its own hosting service so that we could be what Blip was for the lower people. But of course, Blip cut all that out because it was too expensive for them with the hosting and streaming and all the bandwidth costs of that versus how much money their shows were actually making and that. So if one could actually, instead of going about and just cutting all that out, but instead rebalance things in a certain way, one might actually be able to turn that into a more profitable venture. I mean, YouTube lets anyone upload anything for... they're not making crap off of me because, well, they are making a little off me. All of the stuff that I have that they refuse to let me monetize, but when Fox comes in and says, hey, that contains our copyrighted material, and I'm like, it's fair use, and they're like, don't care. We're going to put our ads on that, and you're going to have to sit there and like it. We're going to force you to take something that you created that is technically your belongings, and we will make money off of it without your permission. Isn't that copyright infringement? We're making money. Google also makes money off of that. So that's how they make money on my show, for the most part. But also, aside from all this depressing, Blip is restructuring and it's hurting a lot of people, and the alternate, I understand why, and of course, if you haven't subscribed to Creepy, he still has his YouTube channel. Yeah, you can check out all the episodes of Looking Back in Annoyance that are tying in with Gamerathon and see what this really interesting storyline is going on. I'm honestly really frustrated about the storyline. I'm not used to writing with a storyline, and it's just... first impressions, I really don't like it. I like watching what it's coming out to be, and I like what we have planned, but I don't like writing around this story arc. I'm like, I have a review to do. Let me review something. Get to the review. Other than that, I'm wanting to do another Let's Play soon. Partly because my subscriber numbers are slowing down. And my views. Except on Blip, they're going up. Both of them. But, yeah, I was thinking I would probably do a Let's Play, and I was wondering if I should do a vote, because I have several things that I could do a Let's Play of. or if I should just say fuck it and do the one that I know everyone's going to pick. Thinking votes, I was thinking, of course, I've got Dead Space. I've got Dead Space 1 and 2. I played the first one for about 2 hours. I didn't find it particularly scary. I was really disappointed because everyone was saying how frightening it was, and I was like, this is it? Really? Eh. So, maybe I wasn't quite the target audience, I don't know. The first one didn't do much for me. I never bothered playing the second. I've owned both of them. I got them for like $10 on Steam. I got a bunch of games on Steam. I got Amnesia, which I know is a popular one to do Let's Plays of. It's supposed to be really scary. I've never actually played that one. I've had it for a while, and I was thinking of doing a Let's Play, which is why I've never played it, and I actually haven't watched any other Let's Plays, so I should be surprised by whatever it has. But of course, the one that I have, that everyone knows I have, that everyone would vote for, Aliens Colonial Marines. So, should I bother having a vote, or should I just fucking do that? And just have that ready. Oh, another interesting thing. Since I'm a pro account now on Blip, like everyone who's accepted now, that also means that I'm allowed to upload in high definition, 720p. And my last episode on Blip actually was my first in HD. And, of course, the movie I was reviewing was still the DVD transfer at a very low quality that I had to expand because it was a 16:9 presented in 4:3, so it didn't even use the full resolution it was capable of. But, aside from that, yeah, the movie was still in standard definition, and all the parts with Creepy and myself were in high definition. I think it overall looked pretty good, and I was able to fit it within the very restrictive file size limit Blip has, so I'm happy about that. Now, when it comes to reviewing movies in high definition, of course it would be better if I was reviewing high definition movies. And I don't have a particularly large Blu-ray collection, but I'm very happy with the idea of pursuing that. And I did get 3 specific movies. They came around in the early 90s, and it was a trilogy they were talking about with a reboot thing with a giant turtle monster that I might know a few things about. Anyway, got a Blu-ray of that, and I got a rather cheap Blu-ray player that I hope works for what I'm going to be doing. It's a, it was $35. It's an external Blu-ray player. It's only an X2. Most are X12 speed. But that should be adequate for watching Blu-ray movies, and it should be enough for ripping the data. It wouldn't be as good for that, the second part, as 12X, but I don't have to open up my desktop and try and affix it to my struggling, aging motherboard, so there's that. So yeah, got a Blu-ray player for my computer. Got some Blu-ray movies coming, aside from the ones I already have. I don't have very many, because everything DVD, needed to rip it, needed on DVD. So, we might get some really nice-looking reviews in the future, but we're still probably going to be getting mostly myself in high definition, and everything else just DVD quality. But, hey, it's a step up, right? I think that's about all I have to talk about, really. Well, not really. I mean, there's a few ideas I've had, some rants I've been having with my mother-in-law. She sits down, gets home from work, and I sit down, I'm like, I've been thinking, and about 5 minutes later, when I haven't stopped talking, she's like, you're ranting again. Should I turn the camera on? Maybe. It's fun living here. I get to torture everyone with my presence 24/7. Except my mother-in-law, because she has to go to work. But everyone else I get to torture. Yes. Anyway, thank you all for watching, and if you want me to do that Let's Play, say down below. You don't have to tell me which one, I already know which one you want me to do.